Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really wild dynamic playing out right now. On one side, we've got these massive tech giants absolutely stumbling over themselves with limits, lawsuits, and insane price tags. And on the flip side, a completely free, open-weight AI has just dropped that brings mind-bending power straight to your laptop. So, let's jump right in.
Here's the roadmap for today's Explainer. First, AI titans in turmoil. Then, wild new AI capabilities. 3, AI for everyday productivity. 4, building apps in seconds. 5, the free AI challenger. And finally, a GLM 5.2 head-to-head showdown.
All right, starting off with Section 1, AI titans in turmoil.
Look, the talent war in AI right now is just fierce. Take Noam Shazir. He co-authored the famous Attention is All You Need paper back in 2017. Basically, he helped invent the core architecture that every major AI runs on today. Well, Google literally paid $2.7 billion, yeah, billion with a B, just to bring him back to the fold, only for him to walk out the door less than 2 years later for OpenAI. It's crazy. These top minds are honestly worth more than entire companies at this point. But you know, while these companies are fighting tooth and nail for talent, they're also kind of clashing with us, the users. There's a customer, Carl Kahn, who just slapped Anthropic with a lawsuit. He impartially claims that his $200 max plan, which supposedly gave 5 to 20 times the usage, was completely drained in a single 5-hour session. Poof, gone. And because so many of these AI companies rely on these fuzzy, hidden usage caps, this class action lawsuit is absolutely crucial. It could finally force the industry to show us exactly how much computing power we're actually paying for.
Moving on to Section 2, wild new AI capabilities.
Okay, Midjourney is famous for generating those gorgeous digital pictures, right? But get this, they are currently funding 50,000 spa-like physical scanning rooms. They're awaiting FDA approval for a prototype hardware scanner where you literally step into a shallow pool of warm water and thousands of tiny sensors map your entire body using sound waves. The founder insists that their massive AI image revenue, it's just a means to an end to fund physical tech aimed at improving human health. Pretty wild.
Meanwhile, back in the digital realm, Nvidia is completely flipping the script on how motion works. Instead of animators painstakingly drawing every single tiny motion for weeks on end, Nvidia's Motion Bricks AI generates frames instantly, live in real time. This means virtual game characters or, and this is the crazy part, even real-life humanoid robots can seamlessly vault over benches, sit down, or run entirely on the fly. The AI is literally calculating the physics and generating the movement the exact second it needs to happen.
Okay, Section 3, AI for everyday productivity. Let's see how this affects our daily lives. Things are getting so hyper-efficient. We're seeing students in India studying at 2 a.m. with a physics walla AI tutor that speaks the seamless, perfect blend of Hindi and English. Or, say you drop food on your shirt, you can instantly fix a taco stain just by pointing your iPhone camera at it using ChatGPT Vision. Perplexity's brain feature is now quietly building a context map of everything you've worked on, so you never have to repeat yourself. You can even schedule background tasks now, like telling ChatGPT to grab a soccer scouting report right before your match starts. Oh, and OpenRouter Fusion? It's combining multiple cheaper models to cover for each other's weaknesses, easily tackling 93 distinct tasks. It's a real game changer.
Up next, Section 4, building apps in seconds.
We are way past basic chatbots now. Today, you can type just one sentence into GenSpark's agent base and it generates a full living data dashboard. Or take a look at Lovable. You can literally point, draw, and scribble directly on their interface to edit a live website. It's that easy. And with Claude Design paired with Replit, you can send a sleek visual design, like a skincare app mockup, straight into Replit to build a real, functional app. No coding knowledge required. Plus, Claude Code can now build live team dashboards on the fly, turning a solo coding session into a live URL that your whole team can watch from their phones.
Then there's this feature, which is just mind-bending. Imagine recording yourself uploading a YouTube video, just doing it once. OpenAI's Codex Record and Replay quietly watches your screen actions. It learns your exact clicks, the titles you type, how you handle pop-ups, and creates a reusable, automated skill out of it. You teach it once, and it handles that exact repetitive digital chore on its own, forever. Unbelievable. Now for the main event, Section 5, the free AI challenger. 1 million. Just let that number sink in. That represents the massive 1 million token memory of GLM 5.2. This is a brand new, open-weight Chinese model from Z.AI, and it operates with these crazy high-end and max thinking modes. To put that into perspective, a 1 million token context window means you can feed this thing an absolutely massive project, like whole books of code, and it won't forget the instructions you gave it at the very beginning.
Let's contrast the landscape here. The top paid models we usually talk about, they're closed systems. They have those fuzzy usage caps we mentioned earlier, and they sometimes face regional bans, like Claude 5.2 getting restricted outside the US. But GLM 5.2 is a totally different beast. It's completely free. Anyone can download it to run freely right on their own laptop. It carries an MIT license, which means it's totally free for business use too. And because it runs locally, you are looking at 0 subscriptions and absolutely no unexpected shutoffs.
And hey, even if you decide to run it through an API instead of locally, the cost difference is just staggering. GLM 5.2 does the exact same writing work for around 5 times cheaper than Opus 4.8. You're getting near frontier-level intelligence for a tiny, tiny fraction of the cost.
Which brings us to Section 6, GLM 5.2 head-to-head. Let's see if it can actually walk the walk.
So in our first test, we asked GLM 5.2, Fable 5, and Opus 4.8 to build a learning roadmap using the exact same prompt. GLM 5.2 dynamically rebuilt its 90-day plan perfectly based on the hour inputs we gave it, easily matching Fable 5's beautifully clean 13-week skill tree layout. Meanwhile, the older Opus 4.8, it just gave us a broken button that completely failed to load. A massive win right out of the gate for the free GLM 5.2 model.
Next up, we asked them to build an interactive One Wish Willow website. And again, GLM 5.2 surprised us. It gave us the most reactive, clickable experience, complete with custom fonts and these cool drifting particles. Fable 5, well, it felt more like a beautifully written but totally finished static poster, lacking any real interactivity. Opus 4.8 gave us a clean layout with a functional rope pull, but GLM definitely gave us the most engaging, playable result of the bunch.
But you know, we had to really push it for the ultimate test. Can a free AI build a fully playable 2D video game? We prompted all 3 models to build a complete, single-file 2D action game. We wanted power-ups, a score counter, side-scrolling mechanics, sound effects, the whole shebang. Game development requires deep, coherent logic, so this is where models usually break.
Amazingly, GLM 5.2 went totally toe-to-toe with the massive paid models. It successfully coded a flawless, playable pixel commando that jumps and shoots, dodging non-stop enemies. Now, Fable 5 did build a really great Jungle Strike clone, and Opus 4.8 created a pretty fun spreadshot game, but the takeaway here is massive. This completely free model just proved it can rival the absolute best in the world at complex logical coding tasks. No way around it, that is incredibly impressive. So if you're sitting there ready to try it out yourself, you've got 3 main options. Now, a quick heads up, Nvidia's current free tier is only running the older 5.1 model right now. So if you want the powerful 5.2, stick to these steps. You can go to chat.z.ai in your browser for quick cloud access. You can use OpenRouter for coding setups, or you can use Ollama to download it and run it entirely on your local machine. However, we do need to issue a very important privacy alert here. Impartially speaking, if you use the cloud version, your requests do travel through and process on Z.AI servers located in China. So if you are working with private client code or highly sensitive documents, downloading the massive model locally via Ollama is absolutely your best bet. Doing that ensures complete data privacy because nothing ever leaves your computer's local memory.
This whole situation marks a massive shift in the era of AI. Just think about it. A year ago, this level of polish and memory required massive, expensive corporate subscriptions. Today, true democratization is actually here. The tools are free, they are incredibly powerful, and they run right on your desk. The cost wall has completely fallen. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build?